Hello everyone and welcome to the very first Heroes and Fables stream with Blasters and Bandits. I am here with 5 of my very good friends as we take our first steps into this Star Wars Fantasy Flight game that we've been wanting to do for like years now, and we're finally going to get to do it. We've been waiting. To go around, let's go around and introduce the cast first. First is me. I'm Josh902. If you guys know me from the other Twitch channel that I do, I will be the GM of this here crew of misfits. But let's go around to DT, and then we'll go down to Derps and Bigfoot and all you guys. So go around and introduce yourself, guys. DT, you're up first.
Hello, I am DT3. I stream on my normal channel. Very excited to play this game. If you're looking at the name of my character, I'm playing Oyen Rawl is how you pronounce the name. And yeah, I can't wait, man. I'm glad we got a crew here to play. I've been waiting a few years to play another Star Wars game again because we played one a few years back, and I'm glad we're back in it, man. So I'm hyped. I'm ready. Let's get it.
Next up, we'll go down to Derper. Derper, who are you? What do you do here? Just introduce yourself, my friend.
Hi. You probably already know me, because I'm almost nearly in every Twitch channel, kind of. I'm Derper Free. Me and Daniel are not related. The Frees are just a coincidence. Yeah, I've just been around. I'm trying to get back to streaming, but meh. But I am glad to be playing this again, because it's been ages. I am playing the lovely Jendi Soul. So, let's meet you.
Awesome. I'm totally not putting your cams on the other battle map because I'm totally prepared for this, guys. Let's go down to next, the Bigfoot. Who are you, my friend? I know you're not a streamer, but you are one of our good friends here. So if you just want to tell the peoples a quick some tidbits about you or whatever you want to talk about, you have the floor.
Hey, my name is Bigfoot. I've been homies with these guys for a long while. I love tabletop shit and I love Star Wars, and I can't wait to get into this game. We've been talking about it for a long while. I will be playing the very nice Markus Ivery in this game, and I'm excited to get into this with all y'all.
Toast, you're up next. Again, not a streamer, but a very good friend of ours, one of our tabletop. If you watch Frozen Decimation on the original channel, you definitely know who Toast is. Toast, so go ahead and tell the people a little bit about yourself if you want to, or just whatever, man. It's you got the floor.
Hi, I'm Toast. I'm a gameaholic. I like Star Wars. I like tabletop. So I'm happy to be here.
Then at the top, we have another one of our good friends there with the mask on. That is our boy Loki, Midnight Loki, good friend of ours. Loki, introduce the people to yourself, my friend.
Everybody, I am Midnight Loki. I haven't really streamed in a while. I do have a channel I used to stream. Maybe get back into it. Pretty active on the TikTok tabletop gaming scene. Yeah, and I'm playing Doc. Just Doc.
Oh, I forgot to say who I was playing.
Well, who are you playing, Toast?
I'm playing a guy named Bayard Marrgild.
All right. Okie dokie, guys. Those are the introductions. Let's get to it. We did have some technical difficulties before we got started, which means we will not have music really for this game. But we're going to fix that in the future. For the most part. There may be one song that plays, and hopefully it's the opening crawl. So I'm going to go ahead and swap screens here. Also, sorry I forgot to turn the starter music off when everybody was introducing themselves, so that's great. I left that going because I'm dumb. If you guys could see how many windows open, you'd forgive me. Let's just go ahead and hop into it, guys. I'm going to swap screens over here. We're going to play our opening crawl, and hopefully everything will work out correctly here. Okay.
Oh shit, there it is.
Let's go.
I hear it. Success.
I still don't hear anything.
Yes.
All right, guys. You can go ahead and close out of the crawl there. It'll just stay there forever if you leave it open.
Well, I want it to be there.
So, as you can see there in the opening crawl, we zoom in on the planet of Nar Shaddaa,
Okay.
going and winding down through its many corridors, tunnels, zones, until we zoom in on this luxurious skiff. And on this skiff is a multitude of different characters, aliens of all sorts of varieties, but you can't help but notice that the majority of them are the Gran. And on this dais, we zoom the camera in on this large, slimy, pustule covered Hutt, who is standing there smoking like a long pipe, and he's just covered in all of these boils and such that are just oozing this nasty, disgusting slime out of his body. He's just kind of smoking on his pipe. And this is sorry, I need to open my notes here. I had them open and then I closed them like an idiot.
Also, can I just say the name Ghebba the Slimey is got a chuckle out of me.
That you might like. That's a randomly generated name.
Score one for generator.
So it's the Hutt known as Zorda Shaka Ghebba, aka Ghebba the Slimey. He got his name obviously from all of this disgusting ooze that he exfoliates through his many pores and acne and skin all around him. It's just disgusting. And as you saw in our opening crawl, he has sent out an invitation because he wants to grow his cartel out. For whatever reason, you, the players, have all received invitations, along with many others, throughout the galaxy, obviously in Hutt Space. So before we get started, we need to roll some destiny points. So I'm going to request a roll from you guys. So just go ahead and click up there to roll your destiny points in the chat. So are we up to 3, 4 dark sides? Wow, it's gonna be a very dark game, boys.
It's not looking good, fellas. I don't know.
Oh, this is bad.
Or is it looking very good?
Wait, where is it?
It'll be in the
At
chat
the
menu.
top.
It'll say click
Oh,
here to roll
chat.
for Destiny Pool.
Oh, there we go. I see it. Blind as hell.
Damn. Okay.
All right. This is awesome.
Yes, please.
Oh no! I'm scared.
Can someone just roll for me? I'm reloading.
I can do it. I'll do it for here. How about that? There you go.
Thank goodness we
Oh,
got
Thank
one
you.
at least.
Thanks.
We
Yeah.
have one.
You can
Success.
you can thank that for the Twitch stream. We'll give that to you guys. All right.
Thank you, chat.
Thanks, chat.
So yes, you have all received invitations to join a tournament known as Blitzraid. So Blitzraid, but we'll get into Blitzraid later. But right now we're gonna go kind of around the skiff and kind of zoom in on all of these odd characters. So the first one that we zoom in on is a Keldor. Sitting over in the corner, probably drinking a drink. And DT, if you would like to go ahead and introduce your character, what they look like, please do.
So my character, Oyen Rawl, is a Keldor. He's sitting down, taking a drink of some Corellian ale. And he is sitting there looking around. He has a droid off to the side next to him. They're kind of just scoping out the area. My character has kind of like a blue almost looking flight suit, and over it he kind of has like a duster trench coat that's kind of brown. So think of him like looks wise with the gear, kind of like if a cowboy, like a Western cowboy with like a long trench coat and a duster or whatever, was mixed with like a pilot, like a flight suit. So think of like those two things mixed together. So that's what he looks like. He's got the boots and everything, but yeah, he's just chilling, sitting down, taking a drink, scoping out the area, and he has a little droid next to him. And the droid is a small astromech. It is colored white, gray, and it has a little bit of teal on it as well. And yeah, they're just sitting down, scoping out the area, kind of getting a feel for what's going on.
Okay. We kind of zoom out on the Keldor and we kind of zoom in on a human female, probably sitting over in either another corner of the skiff or out looking over it. And if Derper, if you want to go ahead and introduce your character, please do give us a description of them if you don't mind.
Okay, let me reload. Okay, so probably didn't have enough time to fully clean up a bit, so there's still patches of maybe like grease or on her face and maybe an arm. Jeudy is average height roughly, nice lightish hair with some pink highlights. Her right arm is completely robotic because of backstory reasons. Yeah, so probably just tuning it up, making sure like nothing goes haywire or just falls apart on her with any bits of scrap that she can get her hands on because she's a long way from home. And I can't remember the name of the planet, which is gonna hate me. Yeah, probably looking around, seeing everyone else here, heard about this competition, hoping maybe she could test her skills out, see what good she can do in a scrap.
Okay. We zoom out on Jindy and we kind of go around a little bit more around the skiff as we kind of zoom in on a Zeltron sitting over in a corner on a couch. Bigfoot, if you want to go ahead and introduce your character, please do.
So on the couch, you see, like, he's got crimson skin, silver hair, and golden eyes. He's like kind of lounging on the couch, wearing like a bit of uh, a very like long sort of jacket, but it's like you could tell it's not sort of like how Daniel's character's like trench coat is more like cowboy-esque and like kind of practical. This is very much not that. It is like you could tell it's like more for show, but inside you see like a few like vests that are like kind of a silver and obsidian sort of inlaid, uh black hair, and he's kind of just lounging and looking around, kind of taking in his surroundings. Uh relaxing, sipping on some Carillion ale.
All right. We continue on around until we fall on another another human male sitting kind of off to themselves. Toast, if you want to go ahead and introduce your character, please do.
Yeah, Bayard is human, dark skin, hair cut really short. He's sitting. He'd rather be standing, but he decided to sit to look casual. He's got a this blue like this like blue and white sort of like bomber jacket that's been cut into like a vest, and under that he's wearing like repurposed bits of old white armor, really scuffed up and beaten, but it's got like this really crude paint job on it, some blue and some like orangey gold to match this like scarf, like infinity scarf thing he's got going on. Right now he's just trying to relax. He's sat up extremely straight, watching everyone that's moving around while trying to take an inventory of all the equipment he brought with him.
I'm muted. God damn it. We zoom off
Oh.
Bayard and we move over to another masked figure sitting in the shadows toward the back of this little skiff that's kind of zooming along a ways. Loki, if you want to go ahead and introduce your character, please do.
Yeah, so Doc would be sitting with his back to a wall, just kind of surveying the area, trying to be casual but super awkward about it, and just taking in what everybody's doing, and trying not to draw attention to themselves.
So we kind of zoom out on the skiff again. Now, for whatever reasons, you may have had connections in the past with our Hutt friend here, or maybe not. But for whatever reason, you've all received an invitation to this tournament. So let me see here. Oh, by the way, guys, this is out of character. I have cheat sheets available for you. They're in the journal at the top. So if you click on the journal, I meant to say this before we went live, but I forgot to. You guys should see not a folder, but you should see a journal entry in there called cheat sheets. Let me know if you don't see that and I can make it available to you. The journal is the one that looks like an open book on the top there.
Gotcha.
because it has been a while since I've personally been in Fantasy Flight Star Wars, and for some of you, it's probably your first time doing it. This is for anybody watching at home, and for us, the players. We're probably gonna make mistakes. It happens. It happens with any tabletop game. Don't judge us too harshly. It's been a while since we've dipped our toes into this particular game, but we're gonna do our best to not do that. But it will happen, I'm sure. But there's a journal entry there with cheat sheets. Talks about building dice pools, actions and maneuvers you can take, combat reference sheet, all of that in there. How to heal, starship stuff. All of that is in there. If you don't see that, let me know. You should be able to see it. I think I've made it so you all can see it. And I can actually open this and show it to all of you, including the stream, but we're not going to show it to the stream. So yeah. But yes. So some of you may have heard of Ghebba the Slimey. He actually, Doc, give me a Outer Rim roll if you'd be so kind. Just a 1 difficulty on that. If you don't mind.
Outer Rim. Okay. And you said a 1 difficulty?
Yep, that'll be 1 purple dice. First roll of the game.
Let's hope it's a good one.
Come on, you got this.
I can't. It comes up with 2 difficulty, and I can't make it 1.
Well, it's fine. Just roll it with 2, and we'll just take off one of the dice. I think 2 is actually easy, which is what I'm going for here.
Gotcha. All right. Let's roll.
2 successes. Got it. So with 2 successes, Doc, you have heard of Ghebba the Slimey. He is a rival of another Hutt known as Zelon the Vile, which you may be aware of for some reason or other. In fact, that might be the reason that you're here. You learn a little bit more, you know, dip into your knowledge a little bit more, and it's like, and you know that what Ghebba wants here is probably attempting to recruit some strong fighters into his cartel to probably eventually take on Zelon, the Hutts, at some point in the future. So he's kind of like, Ghebba's cartel is kind of on the small side. It's a fairly young cartel. So that's what his current goal is, to kind of try and grow his cartel out and recruit. So that is kind of what you get out of your knowledge check there. Yeah. So you guys have some time here if you want to explore around the skiff. It is moving. It is kind of moving. It's on its way to a destination. You're not sure exactly where you're going yet. So yeah, you're just kind of traveling along here on the skiff as the back of Nar Shaddaa kind of rushes past you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And on the skiff, there's drinks, there's music playing, there are dancers, there are probably narcotics going around at certain tables. You know, that it's that type of vibe. It's that type of party. So yeah, this is the first time I'm going to say this. What are you guys doing right now? What is Oyen doing right now, DT?
So he's, like I said, he's sitting on a table, or sitting on a chair with the table. He's got his droid next to him, and we're kind of just scoping out the area. And Josh, I would like to roll a perception check to see if I can spot like anybody in the crowd that maybe I might recognize, like, I don't know, maybe like a bounty hunter, or like somebody noteworthy that maybe I may have run into in the
Okay.
in
Give me
my travels of being the where I've been and what I've seen and all that,
absolutely.
so,
You may do this.
yeah.
Give me do a perception. It'll just be to the 2 purple dice, because let's be real. There's probably a lot of very dangerous people here. Let's see if you recognize anybody.
Okay, so I got my sheet open. How do I here we go. So you said 2 difficulty?
Just 2 purple. Yep.
All right, I think I rolled it right. Damn.
Oh, it's a wash. So
Dang.
while there is probably a multitude of dangerous individuals, bounty hunters and such here, there's nobody there that you may have particularly noticed. It's quite a lot of hubbub going around. There's a lot of laughing, a lot of partying, a lot of background noise kind of going on, and unfortunately, there's just nobody that seems to cross your mind.
Okay.
At this exact moment.
I would like to try a different method, and I would like to walk up to the bartender and just have a conversation with him and just kind of get some information out of him if I can.
Okay, the bartender is actually a Twi'lek female. She is standing, back behind the bar, and she kind of looks at you with a little bit of like slightly annoyed, kind of like what do you want kind of look on her face. She's like, yes. What do you want?
Hello. I'm here to just see if there's anything you know about maybe where we might be headed, or if you know of anybody here in particular who may be someone noteworthy.
All right. Give me a I don't know if this would be charm. I'm not really trying to charm her, I don't think.
Did I miss a memo or something? Every motherfucker seems like that public spot.
Go ahead and give me just a charm roll, DT, and I'm going to use a dark side point here because this lady is annoyed at you, and we're gonna upgrade the difficulty from 2 purple to 1 purple, 1 red.
Yeah.
I still believe.
Okay, 1 purple, 1 red. Also, I figured out how to change the difficulties. It's you add and remove with left click, right click. That
Gotcha.
helps anybody.
Ooh. Okay.
But okay, so you said 1 red, 1 purple, yeah?
1 red, 1 purple.
All right, here we go.
Wow. 3 successes. Okay. 3 successes gets you 3 targets. But those
Hell
threats. Those threats.
It's true.
As you kind of she looks at you kind of annoyed, but she will obviously kind of win her over a little bit. She kind of sighs and says, there, she kind of points over to a male Twi'lek over on near Ghebba's dais, and says, "That's Ma Forta. He is he's not part of the cartel, but he's kind of like an associate. He kind of hangs around them a little bit. He is a kind of like a purple-skinned male Twi'lek. You see him over there. You notice that he has a massive scar across his face area, and he is packing a blaster pistol on his side. And she looks at him and says, "Former pirate, hangs around here mostly. Quite dangerous." Then you see her point toward a Rhodian with like a pale green skin, and just looking at him, Oyen, you feel terrified. This is Kubis Chica. He is kind of like a second in command to Ghebba, she says. He has killed more people than you've probably seen in your entire life. He is a very deadly killer. Former military leader, very dangerous. How many successes did you get? You got 3. Okay, you get 1
3,
more.
yeah. I can already tell I'm gonna need another one of Toast's sheets so we can keep track of all these names. Yeah, so we can keep track of all these names again, because I'm like, wait a minute, I need these names.
I will post them in the chat for you as well.
Appreciate it.
So here's the first name, Maforta Twi'lek. Face scar.
Maforta Twi'lek. Okay.
Maforta.
Yeah, Maforta. Next up we have Kubis Chica. Deadly AF.
It's a Rhodian.
Yep, Rhodian. And then next we have so this, somebody roll a d4 for me. Just a d4. Basic d4.
Okay. Anybody want to roll that hasn't rolled yet?
Toast, you want to roll it?
Oh, yeah, I had 2 Ds. Jesus.
This is just going to determine the last person you learn
Nope,
about.
won't let me roll D4s.
Will it not?
Nope.
Yeah. Roll. Here, what you do? Roll 1 difficulty die. Do that. All right. Roll that a 2. So next you see a Bothan sitting over.
Okay.
She kind of, or rather, she points you towards a Bothan sitting over on a like a nearby couch area, and it is he's kind of got on like this pilot type gear, and she kind of points to him and says, "Ex-rebel pilot. Don't know a lot about him. Never seen him before. He just came in around the same time as you did." And then she looks at you, Oyen, and she says, "I'm Lasara, by the way." And she kind of reaches out her hand to you, Oyen.
Okay,
Thank you, Lasara, for the information.
And then Oyen will take her hand. He'll give her a kiss on the hand, and then like give her like a credit, like, you know, for thanks, you know, like thanks for the, you know, just for the chat, and just, you know, and I know, like, kind of as a way of being like, I know you were annoyed at first, but, you know, appreciate you still, you know, talking for a little bit. And then after that, I would like to go and find this Bothan fellow that we didn't get the name of.
Before you walk away, Oyen, give me a perception check. 2 difficulty.
Okay. Perception. Let me see.
God,
Come on, I believe in you. I believe in you.
I just realized the name. God
Two
dang it.
difficulty.
2 difficulty.
Damn. My perceptions ain't working today, boys.
Them eyes don't work.
You just don't happen to notice it is all. But you do, how to turn this to your advantage. You notice that she does have a marking on her that indicates that she has worked for this cartel for a while now. So you've kind of made
okay.
contact with somebody that's kind of in the cartel a little bit. So,
Talking about Lasara.
Lasara, yeah, she is a Twi'lek.
Gotcha.
You take notice that she has a very distinctive, high quality dress on, as well. And while you make your way over to the Bothan pilot, we kind of zoom out on you, Oyen, and zoom in on Jindy. Derper, what is Jindy doing right now? As things are going on.
Well, probably besides waiting for the skiff to hurry up and land, probably just like working on her arm. Like she's like got her arm out on the desk, of her arm with her toolkit, like make sure everything's up to date, make sure if I bend my finger, the finger should bend and all that stuff, make sure everything's compatible. Just some tech stuff.
Okay, Jindy, give me a perception check. I'm gonna spend a dark point to make this harder on you. It'll be a purple and a red.
Purple and a red for perception.
Good luck, Jindy. Good luck.
Yeah, for perception.
I believe in
Or should I say, may the force be with you?
you.
What the hell? Where do I click the dice? Yeah, we're gonna click the dice. So
You can.
red and
I think
purple.
you can also click your skill.
Yeah, I did. So red, purple.
Red, purple. Yep.
No.
Ooh.
Oh, my pretty frets, Jesus.
Oh man.
Just too focused on that arm.
So Jindy, you hear a commotion, but you're too late to react to it as you see a large Gamorrean grab and toss a just a Gran alien like onto your table, and he's just like no, it's not a Gran alien. In fact, it's a droid. He grabs and smashes a droid on your table a couple times, breaking it, and then throws it overboard. And you see that, and you don't take any damage exactly from it, but you do take like 3 strain as he kind of like jostles the table as you're working on your arm, and it just kind of like you hit a wire that maybe you shouldn't hit, and it causes you a little bit of strain damage there. You feel like a little mild electroshock, and you see this this big hulking Gamorrean standing there, and next to him is like this large bipedal type creature with this leathery skin and long snout, standing on 2 legs next to him, and it has this long, like almost scorpion type tail attached to the back of it, and it's like looking at you, and then it looks at your like your prosthetic arm, and just kind of snorts a disgruntled snort at you, and then attempts to walk away if you don't intervene. Jindy, do you attempt to stop this Gamorrean? He's got like a big, large vibro axe.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. Do I just want to fucking... Yeah, fuck it. I'd probably look to the big... Hey, pig! Which way you're fucking tossing the robot around? Not all of us have free time like you do. Ass.
He kind of stops and turns around looks at you very slowly. And he kind of snorts and just walks away. You're not worth my time.
Damn.
Is there any leftover droid bits on the floor?
Sure. There's probably like some probably just some pieces, like some pieces of metal and junk and hanging around. Yeah.
One man's trash, another man's treasure. Yoink.
Okay.
Yoink, I'm gonna
Yoink.
take that with me.
Just add an item to your backpack, droid bits, and junk.
It'll come helpful when I need to repair my shit.
Really thought that was someone throwing it at Gamorrean's head.
Oh man,
That's literally what I thought he was gonna do.
I was ready for the instigator.
Okay. So as that commotion kind of settles, we zoom out on Jeudy and we zoom in over on Markus. Bigfoot, what is Markus up to right now? Is he sitting there having a drink? What's going on?
He's having a drink. He's looking around. He's excited to be on here, out here. A little nervous. So can I do a perception check to kind of see who all looks to be sort of the people are like congregating to and sort
Absolutely.
of like, or avoiding?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a roll. Just 2 purple. Nothing too difficult about this.
Ooh, okay. All right. Nope.
So everybody's kind of it's not like anybody congregates long enough in a group to really tell who is maybe a mover and a shaker too much. You do see this is very easy to see with this advantage, but you do see everybody just kind of staying away from Kubis Chica. Like that Rhodian exudes terror, and everybody just stays the fluff away from him. Okay, nobody is going anywhere around Kubis. Kubis is, you can feel his aura even all the way over here. He has very don't fuck with me energy going on right now.
Alright, then I think he would kind of start like wandering around on the skiff and like kind of trying to get a sort of like a lay of the land with some of the people and shit, right? Like try to like I think he'd go up to some of the people, like go around the area and start like trying to like sort of like get information or like try to get the bearings of the situation and whatnot, right? Like,
Sure.
obviously he knows that like he was called here with all these people, but like there's no like the situations are with people and shit like that. So I think he'd go and start talking to people and like kind of trying to get the lay of the land of like information of like, he knows like the Rhodian obviously need to avoid that guy, but it's like what are like names and like
yeah. Tell you what,
like
Markus, give me a streetwise check, 2 purple, and this will determine if you can find somebody that might have some information.
Got you. Okay, that is
a success. You do find probably like a weak way over in a corner somewhere, and you kind of you haven't entered the conversation yet, but you hear him saying like, "Yeah, I have black market contacts on the 4th level of Nar Shaddaa over in this district here. Very hard to find goods. They're kind of hush hush about it. Like you can't quite make it all out, but you do get a little bit of information on it. Markus, you can choose to engage with this person a little more if you want to. They seem to be somebody that might know what's going on, maybe on a street level.
No, yeah, he'd like come in and like sort of come in a little like slyly and like come in on the side and like hello friends. I couldn't help but hear what you was talking about over here. Sorry, I'm a bit new to these areas, and I was wondering if you would be so kind as to help me understand a bit more about sort of the goings on here and on Nar Shaddaa with this.
Okay. Give me a charm roll. I'm gonna spend another dark side point here to upgrade it.
Oh Lord, it's been poorly for me.
From 2 purple to a purple and a red.
Oof.
Don't forget, guys, you have them too. Make sure to use them.
It's true. We do.
Hey, pray for me, y'all. Pray for me. Alright. Okay. And wait, is there anything extra done to this? I was trying to see do I add anything extra to this, or is it already added?
Do you have a talent or something? I can look here. Try to help you out here.
I don't. It might already be added. I might be tripping. I do think. Yeah, it might already be added because I think there's a thing with like Zeltrons. They add a thing to charm
Okay.
rolls. Unless I'm fucking up. I think that's a thing on the sheet. I have to look at it. Sorry, give me 1 second.
You're cool. I can double check for you while you get your roll ready. I'll look over here in the Zeltron modifiers. Oh, it just you just have a higher rank in it, I believe.
Oh, a higher rank. Gotcha.
So
gotcha,
it'll
gotcha.
already.
Right. No.
Oh,
it
here
already
it is.
added in.
Yeah, here's what it does, Bigfoot. Sorry. You automatically add an advantage to all charm, deception, and negotiation skill checks.
Oh, dope.
So you will you'll have an advantage probably on whatever else comes out of this.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So let's just roll it.
All right. So here's what happens. This is the fun roll to try to figure out what is going on here because you've rolled a triumph. For those of you new to Star Wars FFG, a triumph is basically a crit. It's a success, but it's also an advantage at the same time. The way the system works is failures counter successes, and because of the roll that Bigfoot has rolled here, what we have is technically what would be considered a failure. But because it's a triumph, something cool still really happens here. And Bigfoot, with your Zeltron, actually, I believe it's already added in here, so I don't even have to tell you this. No, it's not added in here. So you actually have 2 advantages instead of 1. Because you're a Zeltron and you have, I think it's pheromones. So what happens here is you're trying to charm this weak way, and he's not having it. He's just like, he's just trying to brush you off. He's like, listen, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what you overheard. But what happens, Markus, is somebody not bumps into you, but kind of like taps you on the shoulder, and you see a Gron, which is the for those of you that don't know what a Gron is, it's like that alien with like the 3 eyes on it. And also, I'm gonna get pronunciations wrong a lot. That just is my voice. And he is kind of standing there, and you kind of look at him, and he's kind of sizing you up, and says, "New here, huh?"
Yes. Quite. Sorry, what's your name?
Krog Brosis, at your service.
Oh,
And he's
cool.
wearing kind of like these kind of low-key type outfit robe. Give me a perception check. 3 purple die, Marcus, as you kind of look him over.
We ain't be able to do shit with 2. It's like,
Hey, all it comes down to the rolls of the dice, my friend.
oh,
Trust in the force. Let's get it.
Don't forget, you do have destiny points.
Yeah, we do have. If you want to use one, use one.
So some of the things you can do with
how
them.
does that work?
So some of the things you can do with them is, I believe, and this is just going off the top of my head, you can upgrade one of your greens to a yellow. I believe is one thing you can do. I think you can. Let me look here. I'm gonna look at the cheat sheet here and read some of the things you can do here. Yeah. So spending destiny points, a helping hand. You can upgrade 1 green to a yellow. Some special abilities also require the use of destiny points. You can also, with my approval, flip one and have something like a fact or some sort of context into this narrative that's happening. Think of it like luck or a Deus Ex Machina type of dealio, right? So like, I'm going to use a very basic example. If somebody pulled a knife on you and you wanted to pull a knife on them, but you didn't have a knife in your character sheet, you could ask me, hey, if I flip a destiny point, can I have a knife that I can pull on this guy? You know, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so you can upgrade. Probably here, you'd probably want to upgrade your green to a yellow.
All right, so 1 green to a yellow, right?
Yep.
So I have. Okay, got you.
And then
All
we
right,
flip
yeah,
it.
I'll use
And
one.
I can flip it for you, like that.
Appreciate you. All right, let's see how this goes. Nope. It's impossible. We can't do perception.
Yeah,
So-
we're all having bad luck with the perception today,
So-
man.
It's
What's going on?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Bigfoot.
Can't see.
That's actually the incorrect roll, so I'm gonna let you roll again.
Was it?
It's supposed to be 3 purple dice. You rolled 2 purple dice.
Oh well, second chance, baby. Let's go, Bigfoot. Come
So-
on, man.
Before
All
we
right,
continue
we'll try
on,
this.
guys, if you don't roll the correct roll, or if I don't roll the correct roll, because this is going to teach us the system a little better. I'm going to kind of steal from Table Story here a little bit. If it's not the correct roll, we are going to redo that roll every time. So sometimes it'll work out to your advantage. Here you're going to get another shot at this roll because we got it wrong.
Sometimes we can fuck us over.
And sometimes it might fuck you over. So it's going to help us kind of get used to doing it the correct way. So go ahead and do that roll again, Bigfoot. 3 purple die,
All
1 yellow,
Try
2
it.
green. Just like it was. It worked to your advantage.
Let's roll.
So you have 3 advantage, which, by the way, I think you can spend those to give another person a boost die on a future roll if you would like to. So remember that, because I can't keep track of it for you guys. So always try to remember what you have. So, Marcus, what you notice about this guy is he's wearing very low-key outfits. This is the type of outfit that a spy might wear. Somebody trying to stay low-key. Now, most people might not notice this, Marcus. That's the whole point of the outfit. You're not supposed to notice that this might be something a spy might wear. But somehow in your travels, perhaps you've come across this type of outfit before. Something to keep low-key, somewhere to conceal weapons if need be. This is a person that probably has a lot of information. And as you come to this realization, we're going to zoom out on Marcus for a moment, and we're going to zoom in over on Bayard. Toast, what is Bayard up to right at this moment as he's sitting over there?
After he's squared away his equipment, he's trying to spy out some of those before mentioned narcotics. He's looking for something like, what do they got? Like spice? It's going on.
Okay, go ahead and give me a streetwise roll. Just 2 purple, fairly easy to find.
Sure, we got this. Probably, maybe.
Oh, absolutely, you do.
Nice, nice, nice.
So there's definitely some spice going around. There is some like adrenaline type drug going around that kind of ups your heartbeat and kind of knocks you on your ass. There's some death sticks being passed around.
Of course, gotta have the death sticks.
There's basic painkiller meds going around. Like, it's just pretty much anything that you could find is available here. However, as Bayard kind of is looking around, people notice him looking around, so they kind of cover up what they have. Like, what are you, some kind of narc or something? It's like, don't judge us for our drugs type covering up. So yeah, that's kind of where those 2 threats come in. But yeah, you can easily find some drugs here. What are you looking for?
He's looking. He's trying to get an eye on specifically the spice. He wants to see like how refined is it? Like, how far away from medicine is this spice?
Okay. So go ahead and give me a. So you find a table that has just a multitude of different people sitting around it, and you do see spice kind of getting changed hands a little bit. Finally, somebody slides some in your direction. Go ahead and give me a medicine check. It'll be 2 difficulty, but I'm going to spend a destiny point here to make it harder. So it'll be a purple and a red for you.
Okay.
Come on, you're good at drugs.
I am pretty good at drugs.
Success.
Nice.
So this is a your successes kind of give you like, this is spice. It is safe to consume. How close it is to medicine is debatable. It's probably not anything that you would want to use in any sort of like a med pack or anything. It's still not like a professionally made high quality type of drug here in this particular table. This is just kind of like, if you took this, you would feel a nice high on it.
Okay. And I guess my last thing is really while I'm looking at the spice, contemplating, like trying to trade for it. When Jeudy gets into it with the Gamorrean,
Mm-hmm.
I like take a quick, I try to clock who, if anybody else, was ready to jump in if that got weird.
All right, yeah, give me a perception check. 2 purple, super easy. You kind of hear this commotion happen over there. You look over there. You know,
Why?
everybody kind of, almost everybody in the room kind of went for their guns, almost like they're ready for trouble. So,
Jeez.
not necessarily between, not necessarily on the side of one group or the other. Just everybody in here probably has enemies somewhere out there in the galaxy, and if there's commotion going on, they're not going to be caught without their guns or knives or swords. So yeah, we're gonna zoom out on you now, Bayard, as you kind of are sitting at this table and you have some spice in your possession. You can add it into your inventory if you want it. They slid it over to you without really thinking about it.
First one's free.
And we're gonna zoom in on Doc over in a dark corner. Loki, what is Doc up to with everything that's going on right now? What is going on over there?
So during the commotion, Jindy will actually find that Doc has kind of appeared next to her.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
Jindy,
Let me
you
roll
look-
perception. Let me roll perception. See if I see this motherfucker.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception. I think let me see here. How big is Doc? What's Doc's silhouette?
How
I
thick
think
is
it's-
that dog?
I think he's a 2. I think that's what it is. So make it a 2 purple. I don't actually know what it is off the top of my head. We'll call it a 2. It's fine. So yeah, you definitely notice this tall, hooded, masked being standing there next to you, Jindy.
Probably. Oh, Jesus! You don't just sneak up on something like that.
Oh, apologies. I wasn't trying to sneak. I just saw the commotion, and it looked like you might have had an issue with your work there. I've noticed. It's impeccable. Do you need some assistance? And he'll flick his wrist, and from his mechanical hand will come a multi-tool that you'd be familiar with, as it would be, the tools necessary for working with cybernetics.
Oh, I think I'm fine, but I appreciate the offer. But are you like full robot, half robot? Like, I'm still getting used to this, but
I still have some organic matter. We're working on that. But we're not all perfect.
that I can agree with. Yes, definitely. But yeah, no, I appreciate the offer. But yeah, it's just something I made a couple of years back with a bunch of scrap I found.
It is marvelous work. Quite impressed.
Well, when you spend most of your life fixing machines, you kind of get a knack or two and know how they purr and how they don't.
And as Doc kind of leans in and is looking at your arm. A small little cybernetic arm comes up off of his shoulder, and shines a light on your work there, and is like, you appear to have a damaged motivator right there. If you just to do a little zip zip zoom zoom, it'll all be fixed up for you.
Yeah. Sort of noticed a bit when that fucking big walking bit of bacon bumped into me. Fucking.
Hey, Jindy.
Yes?
Can you make a mechanics check with me, for me?
Yes.
2 difficulty, 1 blue die, boost die.
Blue.
You heal the 3 strain you took earlier, or however much I said.
Yeah, but it was 3.
And Doc has helped you out a little bit in this situation as you make a fine-tuning adjustment that he has pointed out to you.
Got quite the eye, there, mister. Or
It's sort of what I do. Doc, at your service.
Oh, well, pleasure to meet you. You may call me Jindy.
All right. So we zoom off of Doc and Jindy, kind of shaking hands, and we zoom back in on Oyen. DT, Oyen was on his way, I believe, to the Bothan.
To the Bothan pilot, whose name I don't know if we ever got. Did we get it somewhere?
I do not believe I did give it to you. I believe that Lasara forgot to give it to you. Unfortunate. Maybe you'll have to introduce yourself.
Unfortunate. Yeah, that's fine. We can work with that. It's all good.
You got this. You got this, Onion.
So yeah, I will walk up to him. Basically, I'll just like when you point at somebody's shoulder, kind of dealio.
He kind of turns to look at you as you approach him. Just kind of looks inquisitively toward you. Oyen doesn't say anything. Just kind of looks at you.
I go, ex rebel.
You see him kind of get this wary look on his face, and he kind of drops his hand down to his side where you can't see it. And then he takes a moment and then he kind of slowly puts it back on the table and says, you too?
Indeed, I flew with Green Squadron during the war. Former B-Wing pilot yourself.
Y-Wing. Kind of
Squadron
gestures for you to
part
have a seat. Here and there, different squadrons. They've kind of moved me around. That type of pilot. You got an invitation here too?
I did. I not really with the New Republic. I not really down with the way they're doing things these days. But yeah, now I do a bit of smuggling here and there, and I figured why not see what's going on here. How'd you end up here?
He kind of looks at you and kind of nods approvingly. He says, "We have the same thought process on the New Republic. Not a big fan of the demilitarization so soon after."
Agreed.
So I've done work here and there, a little smuggling on the side. You have to provide for your family, of course, or yourself. I guess it's made a bit of a name. And he kind of sticks his hand out and says, Hutt Space at your service.
Pleasure to meet you. Name's Oyen Rawl. And here's my droid that's been with me throughout the war and now. My trusty co-pilot.
And so Oyen points to his trusty droid, astromech droid here, who
this is my droid.
And he obviously points to the droid, and
yeah, this is my droid. He was with me throughout the entire war, and he's still with me now. His name is CH-1PY, or as I like to call him, Chippy.
And then
Hush kind of nods his head.
Yeah, he's I don't know if you have like an image of it, Josh, or anything. If you wanted to show it off. But
I think I have the thing that you sent me. Let me see
I can send you something else real quick too. It's like
yeah, go ahead and send it to me.
Yeah, basically, Chippy is a C1 series droid. So he is basically like he's a chopper style droid. If you know that makes it easier for people. There, I sent you an image of what he looks like.
This is actually the image I have, so this works. But I will get you the actual. Download that super quick, guys. 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Because I will show you what Chippy looks like. And that should save.
There he is. There's my boy.
Let me swap screens for you guys. Here's Chippy.
Let's go. Oh, look at him. Look at the little baby. Can't wait to use my droid bits to fix him up.
Oh, Lord.
The droid bits will come in handy.
So yeah, Oyen introduces himself and the droid.
Yeah. Hosh looks at the droid and kind of acknowledges it. You notice that he doesn't have a droid or any kind of companion really at all with him. He looks at you and says, what are you flying nowadays?
Well, leaving the Alliance, I had to leave the B-Wing behind, and now that I became a smuggler, I had to come into my own freighter. So that's kind of what I have now. I have a customized YT freighter. Call her I call her the Trinity's Viper. It's a customized YT ship. Had her for a little bit now. That's kind of what I'm flying these days. Like I said, taking smuggling jobs here and there. How about yourself?
This and that. I haven't really worked up enough credits to get anything of any real substance here or there. Most of my jobs are just hired by somebody to smuggle their whatever and use a ship that they provide. They mostly are in need of pilots that seem to be hard to find on occasions. Or at least any of any real skill, like us. Like ex-rebels. It kind of chuckles.
Understandable. So do you know anything about what we're doing here or what we will be doing here? And I was trying to spot out earlier to see if I could recognize anyone, but didn't seem to catch anyone I caught familiar. Although I haven't gone around the entire place, I've just been sitting down, drinking some Corellian ale, and didn't get a chance to speak to the bartender, the lovely Miss Lasara.
He looks over at her and acknowledges her and says, yes, lovely lady. One of the things I don't approve about the Hutts or being in Hutt Space, though, is the prevalence of slavery. And you notice, Oyen, that what you failed to notice earlier is that Lasara has a slave collar on. Unfortunately, still something that happens out here, he says. As for what the tournament, or whatever they call it, entails, is usually Ghebba's way of recruiting into his cartel. He hires the best, and he's in need of some new guns, I think. I personally will not be participating in the tournament. As well, I don't think most of these other fine folks will be either. Most of them kind of gather here for the festivities. He's had multiples of these before. He says, he looks at you and says, Blitzraid is Ghebba's way of putting a funny little name to his tournament. Basically works like this. There are 3 groups. And the goal is not to kill each other, but to capture a reprogrammed droid rolling around the arena. You may take out your opponents any way necessary, as weapons will be turned down not to kill. After all, Ghebba wants to recruit, not murder. Murder comes later.
Of course.
Chuckles. Kind of chuckles. While Ghebba's cartel is small, he has amassed a great fortune in a short amount of time. On the surface, he uses food as a... He's like a food dealer type of merchant lord. It's kind of seems to be what's on the surface, but I suspect there's something underneath, something more lucrative, perhaps. But that's not for me to find out. He does have a rival known as Zelon the Vile. He is a dangerous type of Hutt, one I would not cross if I was you. Very wealthy and stronger than Ghebba for sure. It kind of gives you a little bit of info. The skiff kind of starts to slow down a little bit as it kind of finally reaches its destination. Everybody kind of shuffles up together, and you see Ghebba on his dais, kind of sitting there, and kind of claps his hands together and calls for everyone's attention, saying, Chobaso, time of your tournament, which translates to welcome to my tournament. He continues on saying, give me just a moment. He says, "Me have gathered you all to Stuka recruit the best." He says, "I'm here to recruit the best of into his cartel, saying that he pays probably the best that this type of scum has ever seen." He says, "But I only want the best." Which is why they're gonna have the tournament. As the skiff kind of comes to a halt, you find yourselves in an area of Nar Shaddaa, if you've ever been here before, that you've never ever seen before. There is a large, almost electrical type storm kind of going on overhead. And he kind of says, he says, Azal is hard to reach. He says this is an area that is hard to reach down below. Here they will be safe and no interruptions or interference from outside forces. Just in case any of you have any enemies out there, here you should be perfectly safe. And he kind of lets out a ho 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 laugh. He goes on to explain the rules, which are obviously there's going to be a droid rolling around a droideca rolling around an arena, and that you may capture. The goal is to capture the droid, and to dispose of perhaps any of the others in any way you see fit. He says the only rule is that there are no rules other than killing. There is no killing. He makes a point to waggle his finger at you. No killing. And he says, with that being said, form your teams. So yeah, the crowd kind of disperses, and for the first time, Doc, you and Jindy are kind of together at the moment. You notice that these people kind of standing out to you. There are a few. Markus, you see him
Back,
standing
my
over
Discord
there.
crashed for a bit.
Oh, you're back with your Discord crash. Got you. Okay.
Damn, I did.
So what's happening, Derber? Just to catch you up, I don't know how much you crashed for how long. The tournament's
I heard
fixing.
that we're
Yep.
we're starting up. We're splitting up into teams.
Okay, you got all of that then. That's good. So you and Doc are together, and you've kind of taken notice of those around you. Everybody's kind of off forming your own team, which kind of leads you to see Markus over in a corner, kind of by himself a little bit. You see Bayard sitting at a table, kind of looking around to be like, who should I team up with? And you see Oyen sitting near a table with a Bothan. This looks like the makings of a fine team. How lucky that the Force and Destiny has kind of given you this opportunity.
Indeed. The Force works in not so mysterious ways sometimes.
Thank the
Indeed.
Force.
Becomes quite obvious who you should team up with.
I will ask Hosh real quick.
You sure you don't want to join in the festivities?
Hosh looks at you and says, I believe I'll pass, but I'll be rooting for you.
Well, much appreciated. I'm gonna see what this is all about firsthand, and then I
don't really have kind of like a hat to tip, but it's more of like a maybe like a pilot to pilot, like, kind of nod or whatever. And then I'll head over on my way towards I see Jindy and Doc already kind of starting to well, they're already together, right? So yeah. I head towards them.
Very much.
By the way, guys, it's quite possible that, and this is totally up to you, just throwing it out there. It's quite possible that perhaps you've heard of each other in the past. Maybe you've done jobs together in the past. That is totally up to you. But it is very apparent that you five are going to be drawn together in this. Like, you can't help but notice each other. It's almost like it's fate.
Right. No, yeah, I think Marcus. Also, yes, okay. So basically, with what's his name? Krog Broas. I should. So did he just tap me on the shoulder to be like, so you don't know anything to move past, or like did we land before I could actually like talk to him and shit like that? Like,
there's probably a discussion. There's probably a talk that happens, which you and I can flash back to.
Okay. No, I'm like, we can flash back to this. I just want to know the situation and shit.
Nah, yeah.
Okay. But as of right now,
it didn't just kind of end. It's just kind of like, yeah, it happened. It just kind of happened off screen.
No.
But we would definitely flash back to it.
All right, so he sees everybody and he'll start making his way towards Oyen, Jindy, and Doc.
Okay.
Like once he sees like Oyen start going, he's like, let's do it.
All right, Bayard, do you start making your way over as well, or?
Yeah, the second I heard teams, I was like, okay, not teaming up with the Spice Heads. That's dumb. Can't do that. And then I heard about the Droideka, and I was like, okay, that one over there was messing around with the droid parts. Can do that. And then Oyen shows, and I'm like, God, damn it. I know this guy. The rebellion thing. That's not going to play out right. It's whatever. Deal with it. I have to be with the droid person. So yeah, I show up last because I'm like, God, this rebel guy is gonna fuck me up for some reason. He's gonna know. He's gonna clock me.
All right. And then Doc has already made his way over, and he's with Jindy. So the skiff has stopped completely, and you guys. So 3 teams step off. Or actually, hold up. I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. You guys all congregate together. And you're all kind of taking note of each other. So go ahead and introduce yourselves to each other.
Hello, friends. The name is Rawl, Oyen Rawl. I'm here to join your team. I see we're all forming up here, so I figured, you're here, we're here. Why not? Let's make it happen.
Yes. Yes. Hi. My name is Markus. Ivery. I kind of noticed this whole thing, and so I saw all of you coming over here. So, I figured, why not join up and try to get this, try to form a team so that we can win this event.
So I imagine, Josh, since there's 5 of us, the other teams are also kind of like groups of 5.
They are.
That's how that is.
Well,
Yeah.
There's one group of 5, and you see them, there's kind of a mix of races. But then you see a very large Gamorrean step off the skiff all on his own.
Oh. Would this be perchance the same Gamorrean that was with one Jendi?
It might be. It's a good chance of that.
God dang,
Also-
Rebecca Bacon. Is that my turn name?
Rick
How
Rift.
many of us noticed the fucking, like that altercation and shit?
Oh, everybody noticed that.
Okay, I just wanted to make
To
sure.
be honest with you, when it happened, everybody's hands went to the guns. Yours included. If you had guns, it just makes. There was a loud crash, and everybody just kind of turned and had their hands on their guns because you don't know what's going on. That was a very large amount of noise.
Everybody heard what happened to Jabba. Not again.
Mm-hmm.
Something that y'all might notice if you're looking is Doc doesn't have any, at least visible, weapons. No holsters, nothing that would jump out as a weapon of any sort.
Yeah, that's because you're like the robots from Austin Powers. Your guns are in your titties.
What the fuck?
Oh, God.
That's such a cut.
I was not expecting to hear.
Way to ruin the reveal, Derper.
I was not expecting that at all.
I just don't I know Loki too well. You hang out with Val, you hang out with one person, you know the other.
Okay, so you guys notice Doc doesn't have any guns on his person.
Well met, team. I'm looking forward to this event. By any chance, are y'all the rough and tumble sort?
I think that applies to just about everyone here.
I mean, I know how to use a gun or two. I barely had the chance to use it. Mostly just self-defense, but I guess this should be fun.
These days I do smuggling, but I'm more of a pilot.
Excellent. Well, I am very confident in my ability to take care of the droid. Should you take care of the riffraff?
Sure, we can handle that.
All right. So you all kind of introduce yourselves to each other, and as you step off the skiff and everybody kind of steps off the skiff actually starts moving again. And it just kind of adjusts itself up and over so it has a down bird's eye view of this arena that you have stepped into.
Also, really quickly, Josh, can I do a perception check on Bayard to check the armor? Like if I would notice it was like stormtrooper armor.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Bayard, how difficult would you say this?
I was literally about to say it's an instant success as Bayard puts on his helmet, which is just an old modified.
Well, there it is.
So here's what
that was
happens.
easy.
The Bayard takes his helmet out, slides it on. Oyen looks at him, and that's where we're gonna take our break. Because I need a break.
Okay.
So we're gonna take a quick break, guys. I'm gonna pause the recording because I am recording, and we'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere or get up and get some snacks because we're gonna have a fight. Be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
All right.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to Blasters and Bandits. This VOD is going to be split in two, so don't worry about any of that. We have... so what happened is whoops, I accidentally flopped that. I did not mean to do that. What did we have? We had 4 lights. That's what it was. The party had just joined together for the first time, hopped off the skiff, and we are gonna have a combat, which is, I'm probably gonna screw this up a lot because it's been a minute since I've done a fight in this type of game, but we're gonna go ahead and swap screens in just a moment here. Over to the battle map. All right. So, I'm going to go ahead and unpause the game because I haven't done that in a while. I need to create an encounter here. Really quick, guys. New encounter. And I'm going to add these dudes here. What is it? Do I hit begin combat? Is that how you do? Oh, it's been a while since I've done this. Combat triggers. Nope. That's not what I want. Oh yeah, swords. That's how you do it. I remember. You hit the little sword icon. Oh man, I haven't messed with Foundry in a hot minute. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys all into combat. Before we get the narrative here. All right. So the way combat works in Star Wars Fantasy Flight is it has initiative, obviously, and you roll either cool or vigilance, depending on if you're surprised or prepared. You guys are prepared, so I believe it is cool in here. You do not have individual character slots. What happens is you have just player slots, right? And anybody can go in any turn. And if you want to see that, all you got to do is click the cross swords up here over at chat. You can also, I believe, pop it out if you right click on it if you want to see whose turn is next. I'll do that here for the chat screen, so you guys can kind of see whose turn is up next. So go ahead and roll initiative, guys. I'm gonna roll for the bad guys.
All right, so that would be cool. Right?
I believe it's cool, right? Isn't vigilance if you're getting ambushed? I believe so. You want to select
okay,
cool.
I can see that. All right.
And we may get this wrong. I'm gonna roll for the bad guys. So
is there any difficulty or?
No. It's just flat. But I think you have to. Oh God, how do you roll initiative in this screen? So it's not putting you guys on the fucking thing.
Oh,
I'll tell you what.
Hyperspace.
Here's what we do. Don't worry about that right now. Open the swords, and we'll do one at a time. So if you see, open the swords up there at the top. Do you guys see a dice roll in there that says roll initiative?
Yeah, I see.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so first person to roll, DT, go ahead and roll that first one. That says PC on it.
All right. I didn't do anything. Okay, hold on. Did it roll? Did it not roll?
Hang on one second. Now try it.
Okay.
I'm doing a test
Cool.
here.
Roll initiative.
Okay. So the way this works is make sure you have your character targeted. And what I mean by targeting is mouse over them and hit T. So you have a little box around you. And then hit yours is fine. Yours worked.
Okay, cool.
So I want Toast, you go ahead and roll the next one. Okay, and then Bigfoot, you can roll one. Make sure you have yourself targeted over your token. Hit T, so you see a little box around it.
And just hit the roll initiative, right?
Yep, and just hit roll initiative. Make sure you set it to cool if you're going to use cool.
Cool.
All right, and then make sure you untarget yourself when you're done, just so you know you've run. Next up, Derper, you can go ahead and hit one of the initiative in there on one of those. And then you, Loki, can roll that last one for the PCs.
Lovely.
Failure.
Okay,
Lovely.
So you guys have all stepped off the arena here, and you're in the arena. Everybody's in there, kind of getting ready. You got your weapons ready. You've turned your weapons down so they're set to stun. Really, basically, even if your weapon says it can't do that.
Stun.
Yeah, you're in the arena. It's kind of dampening your weapon, so you're not going to kill each other or anything.
Was that super mega death mode? Gotcha.
So what's gonna happen is this droid is gonna pop up out of the middle of the combat wheel here, and so who's first time doing Fantasy Flight Star Wars combat? Yours, Bigfoot, got you.
And mine.
Okay, and yours, Toast, got you. So there are range bands here. You can see them. You guys are currently in the short range band. But if a bad guy is up on you, you're technically in the engaged ranged band. So they're kind of like melee fighting you. Don't worry about measurements or anything like that because it's not important here. The only thing that matters are if you are in short and shooting at somebody that's in medium, it's 2 difficulty. If you're both in let's use Bigfoot, let's do Derper as an example here. If these two are in this same range band, right, this is technically short range. So it wouldn't be 2 purple, it'd be 1 purple. So it's a little weird to get used to, and I'm sure we're gonna fuck it up. It's totally fine, it's not a big deal. And we will get better at it as we kind of go. So you get a maneuver and a action. Maneuver is like, I want to take cover, I want to aim to get a boost, or I want to move a range band, so you would move short to medium and all of a sudden you're in like short range or medium range. Or I want to move to engaged, which would be melee combat, would be a maneuver. And then action is shooting, anything that kind of has you like doing a thing that would require an action, right? It's okay. Make sure to look at the cheat sheets, because I will not lie, I will be looking at the cheat sheets because it's been a hot minute since I've done a combat. Combat references. You will get advantages and triumphs and things, and you can spin those to do different things in combat. You can still use destiny points in combat. And while I was talking, I should have been uploading this token for this droideka, but I forgot, and I need to go find it. So give me 2 seconds while I grab that token. Tokens. I know it seems like a lot, guys. Trust me, it will be totally fine.
It flows real nice once you get used to it.
Yep.
Sure.
Is damage every success after the first, or just every success?
It's
every success. I believe.
So damage is you hit, and then every success after that is +1 damage. I believe is how it works.
Okay.
Wow, I didn't know there was combat as well.
Destroy that, destroy that, destroy that, copy that, destroy that, save, boom. Oh, the droid is also going to get a movement, and it is going to be over here. Dupe. It's in the outer. It is at the extreme range band for this particular battle. So what that basically means is
the battle music. Let's go.
You hear it? Awesome.
Battle music.
Does everybody hear it?
It's intense now.
I bet it just hadn't loaded before when we did tests. So awesome. So the stream doesn't hear it because I need to unmute the stream so it can hear it. There we go. So the goal of this particular thing is not necessarily to fight your enemies, but to grab the droid. But we'll see how it happens here. So you guys step off the skiff, you step into the arena, you take your side, you notice that there are 4 bad guys on one side and the Gamorrean all by his lonesome on the other side. That's right, guys, this game has minion groups. And as they work as a unit, they're very strong. The other thing about this game, that if you're new to combat, I will tell you, is you do not count down from HP, you count up. And once you hit your threshold, you're knocked out. And you start taking critical injuries. Critical injuries are how you die in this game, basically, once you get enough of them. So, don't worry, guys, this will all be explained when somebody dies for the first time. So you take your stances, you got your weapons drawn, the enemy has taken up their stances, they have their weapons drawn. You have the first move, player characters. Who wants to go first? And you can only go once per round.
Okay, I would like to go first. I would like to move in closer to the droidica.
Okay.
So,
you want to move
I
a
would
range
like
band?
to, let me see. I want to move a range band. And then as I do that, when I move, I would like to find like a piece of, I assume since this is like a pit or an arena or whatever the hell we are.
Uh-huh.
There's like some kind of like maybe debris or like wreckage or just something I could like take cover behind, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's there.
So that's kind of my plan right now, is to just to get closer to the droidica, moving closer, and then just taking cover along the way.
Okay, so you want to move and take cover. If you want to exchange your action for 2 maneuvers, you can do that, but you won't be able to shoot this round. Okay, you can do that.
That's what I want to do. Yeah.
Okay, so if anybody takes a shot at you, you will have cover. Do I have a? I do. I have an icon for cover. Haha. I'm good at this, guys. So that'll be the first turn. Actually, hang on. Let me move through that. That's the first turn. Who's next turn? Who wants to go next?
I believe I'm next.
Sure, you can go next if you want to.
Go for it.
Yeah, I think anybody can.
Okay. Go ahead. I know if it was an initiative thing or not, but
initiative is player characters. It's not person. It's player characters. So it's like you could go here or anybody can go here in this slot.
Oh, dope.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think Markus he's going to to maneuver for like cover, like near where Oyen is. Maneuver for cover, and do I need to use my action for the cover as well?
If you want to take cover, yes, you will change your action for a maneuver.
Then I will do that. I will 100% do that.
And I do not believe that works the other way. I don't think you can do a maneuver for an action, by the way. I think it's action to have 2 maneuvers or maneuver and action. I don't think you can do action. I could be wrong. I'll look it up afterwards. So that's what you are doing, Markus?
That will be what he is doing, yes.
All right, you're taking cover. All right. Who wants to go next?
Yeah, I'll go. See,
okay.
I'm gonna probably should take cover, which would be smart. So I'm gonna stay where I am and take cover.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shoot this fellow over here.
Okay, that's short range. By the way, you guys, you can click and hold to ping as well if you want. So make sure to target them before you do the roll. Make sure you do the target thing just like before.
Yep, I see it. Target.
And then that'll be 1 purple die because they're short range.
Fire.
All right, that is a success. So you hit for, what is it? 6 plus 3 equals 9. Is that counting your successes in there? Let me double check. I just want to make sure I'm giving you the enough damage.
Oh, I did shoot an animation of a gun.
It seems like a
All right, yeah, it is adding it in there. Oh, it is. Awesome. So they take... So they do have some soak here. So they take this much. Yeah, so you stay where you are and you take a shot at them. Did you take cover, Derper? Or...
Yes, that's why I did.
Okay, you took cover. That's right. So let's make sure to give you the icon here. I need to move this thing. It keeps getting in my way. Oop. Nope, that's not what I want to do. I want to move you away. Yeah. Cover. You took cover and you shot it down. Okay. You did, however, generate 1 threat. As you kind of go down to take cover, you kind of accidentally land on a piece of hard-ass metal, and you take just 1 strain damage from it.
Yeah, I was looking for the combat reference. I was like, yep, that's a strain.
Okay. It is the minion group's turn, and they are going to take a shot at you, Jindy, because you took a shot at them. And it will be a... I'm going to hit this and see. It'll be 1 purple because you guys are short. However, they have a disadvantage because you're taking cover. Yeah. So they hit for 7 damage. Make sure, guys, you minus off your soak. It does not automatically do it for you.
Jesus.
So they hit you for 7 minus your soak. So make sure you take your soak off as well.
So, which is free. So I take 4. So
you take 4
damage.
And like they're going to use their maneuver to move into medium range. So they're moving this direction. Yeah. Okay. And that is their turn. It is now Pigman's turn. And he is looking around. He's going to spend his maneuver to move over 1. And he is going to... He's gonna also exchange his action for another maneuver to move up to, and he's kind of standing over you, Jindy, as he kind of moves in on you. So that's his whole turn.
Sexist. Hates women.
And you get to kind of sense that he doesn't really care about the droid that much, at least in this instance. It is now a player turn, so either Doc or Bayard, I believe, have not gone yet.
I think Doc would go.
Yeah, so Doc will look at the Gamorrean and go, well, that simply won't do. And flicks his wrist, and out comes a dart gun, basically. And Doc's gonna take a shot at the Gamorrean.
Okay. I believe he's short range to you, so 1 purple. At least that's how I interpret this battle map.
Trying to figure out how to make the roll. There we go. Can I do the thing? All right. You said 1 purple?
1 purple.
1 purple. Very good. Oh, I got a target. That's my bad.
You can actually, Loki, if you click on your token, and you should have a little pop-up that shows up. You can actually click on the weapon you want to use in there, and it'll pop up a window for you.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Do you want me to roll it again?
Yes, please go ahead and roll again. There
Nice.
you go.
All right. And
You notice that he kind of just absorbs your hit with little to no effect.
God dang.
fantastic.
He's pretty beefy.
Chunky.
He does, however, need to roll to shrug off the effects of what's in the dart.
Okay. What does he need to roll?
It would be an average difficulty. Just see what kind of roll it would be. Resilience check.
So average is, what is it? Is that 3 purple?
That's 2.
2 purple?
Yeah, 2 purple.
2 purple. Okay. All right, he's gonna roll. He failed.
So on a fail,
He also suffers a strain.
he takes 5 strain.
So he takes 6 strain right now. Wow. That's beefy.
And what's the circly thing? What's that called?
Range band.
The threat. If he has a threat, then he loses his free maneuver on his next go.
Okay, he loses his free maneuver. I'm gonna put a marker on him so I remember that. I'll just put this on there. Okay. Is that your turn, Loki?
Yes, that is my turn.
Okay. Last up is Bayard. You see the Gamorrean is looking kind of woozy, kind of messed up.
Mm-hmm. So when we heard no killing, could I have actually turned my blaster to stun? Like instead of like relying on the dampening field?
Yeah, you could have.
I'm gonna aim at the Gamorrean and shoot him with my blaster.
Go for it. It'll
And
be.
I get a boost from aiming, right?
Yes.
You do
yes,
get a boost
a
from
blue
aiming.
die.
Yep.
And this is 1 difficulty because we're short
It'll be
to each
1
other?
because you're short. Yeah.
Okay. I forgot to target,
Hey, you get another roll.
but I failed terribly. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, you didn't target him, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you another roll. Go ahead.
Based.
Just it'll teach us the right way to do it.
Man said base.
Ooh,
All right.
well done.
And that damage gets done as strain.
Yep.
After his soak.
Yeah. So it looks like you hurt him a little bit.
Can I pass one of my advantage on to whoever rolls next?
You sure can. Whoever wants to go
That's
next
what
will
I'll
get it.
do.
All right, we're at the top of the order. Anybody can go once again here. Oh, wait, hold up. The droid starts rolling. He's going to move all the way over here.
Damn you, Droidica.
God.
Actually, hold up. He would be... He'd be here. It doesn't really matter as much. It's the band that matters. So yeah, whoever wants to go next, you will have a boost die, by the way, wherever you are.
You want to go? All right.
If you want to go first, go ahead, because I'm trying to.
All right. I guess I can see the Droidica rolls over that way, right? And also, just to clarify, the goal is to catch the Droidica, right?
Yep, it's just going to roll around and try to get out of your grasp. So it will take like a maneuver and like an action to kind of grapple with it and grab it.
Okay. All right, so it will be a maneuver for me to like move closer to it, right?
Yeah, it'll be a maneuver to move up a range band.
All right. All right, so I'll maneuver. Yeah, he'll use maneuver to try and get closer to it. So I guess, yeah, move there. Because I don't think I can get right to it, so.
Yep,
And
you good?
How do I fucking zoom in on the token?
Wheel.
Mouse
Mouse wheel,
mouse
yeah.
wheel, huh?
Oh, mouse wheel? Oh, you're right.
And zoom
My
in and
bad,
out.
y'all. Yeah, appreciate y'all. Okay. Alright. And it has like does it have a shield around it and shit? Like
The droid? No, it's in rolly mode, basically. It's
okay.
rolly.
Can I
Roly poly.
Can I take a try to shoot
It's like Limp
or
Bizkit.
would this also be a maneuver if I tried to, because what I want to do is like shoot its leg, or shoot like one of its like appendages it would use, like.
So it wouldn't be a maneuver, it'd just make the difficulty harder. However, you do have a boost die because of advantages from earlier.
Right.
So I'll say instead of, it's technically at short range to you right now. It would be, with you just trying to take out a leg, I'll put it at 3 difficulty, and you have a boost die, so don't forget to use it.
All right.
Or at least that's my interpretation of the rules. Also, do not forget, you
Destiny.
have Destiny points.
Yeah, I was gonna say you use the Destiny. We got him.
You can upgrade a green to a yellow.
Use it.
I will do that. What do I need to click on me, right?
I will click on the light for you. And then what you want to do is make sure you target the droid with T, like mouse over it and hit T.
Okay, T.
Then click on you, and then click on the weapon, and it'll pull up the menu. You should have a little action bar. I put in the easy action bars for you guys to use.
Yep,
Right,
that's nice.
Click on me, and then click
is
on
nice.
the weapon.
Like highlight over weapons and then click on the gun.
Click on that.
You can
and
also,
then,
I think you can also do it
okay,
from character sheet.
weapons. And then, okay, so add a boost and
Upgrade a green
using
to a
a-
yellow.
upgrade a green to a yellow. Okay. Let's see how we do, guys.
So you have absolutely no trouble at all doing what you want to do. In fact, you critically succeed. The droid, in fact, has its mid-roll, and you take a shot at it, and it rolls right into the same range band as you. It's right next to you.
That was the goal.
All right. So
I don't think
is,
I can do anything else. Yeah.
That's your turn. Who was up next?
I'll go next. I see that Markus is taking a shot towards the droidica as it's rolling away, and he pops it, and he like kind of the way that I imagine is that the droidica's trying to roll away. Markus pops it in the leg or something, and it kind of like rolls towards him. So I will, let's see, I will move a range band. I guess, let me see. Here, I guess. And then I will also aim at the droidica. There we go. And then I'm gonna take a shot at it as well. So to let's see, what's the difficulty on this one?
Technically, just DT, you know this. You wouldn't actually. You don't need to shoot it. It's just laying there. It like tumbled into Bigfoot's area. Sorry, I was checking a setting on the side, or I would have stopped you earlier.
Okay.
So if you want to change your action or maneuver here, you can.
Okay.
It's actually quite grabbable right at this moment.
So yeah, then I'll move towards it, and then try to reach for it and try to like, capture it and avoid it from rolling away again.
All right. So yeah,
what do
it's like you don't even need to make a roll because it's just completely prone.
Okay.
That's why the triumph kind of got Markus there, because you see he rolled a triumph. He basically crit, and it's prone. It's easy catchable. It just happened to be. It's just the way destiny works that way. So you guys capture it, and we cut to Ghebba looking down at you guys. It was like, quick grab. But he kind of looks around the arena, and then he motions to the attendant and says, why is Fucknark in the ring right now? And he kind of looks over at the Gamorrean. He's not part of the game. And we're gonna move into the next initiative round. So who wants to go next? As the arena fight continues for some reason, there is no declared winner.
I go, what the hell's going on now?
So who wants to go next?
Yeah, I was sure that we did the thing.
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm gonna, take another shot at the Gamorrean because he's like, this is clearly personal for him. He wants his get back for the.
I was gonna say, you want to give our friend a boost because he had 2 advantage.
That's right.
In the last roll.
You can carry on a boost.
Me or?
Yes.
Yeah, Markus.
Yeah.
You had
I will,
triumphs and
I will
advantages,
boost who's ever like
next.
I will boost
Yeah,
give a boost to whoever did that next.
No.
Okay.
Take 2 boosts from my.
Yeah, you'll have 2
from the advantage.
You can also, by the way, you can use a maneuver and an action, or action and maneuver. You can double aim if you want to. Technically.
Instead of that, I'm just gonna use the light side.
Gotcha. That's good too.
Destiny.
Nice.
All right. That'll be number 3. The Gamorrean lets out a squeal as he kind of throws his hands up and backs off. He's like, all right, I'm out.
Wait,
I'm
no,
out.
Josh, I'm sorry. I have to reroll. That's wrong.
Oh, is it?
I added a yellow instead of upgrading the last screen.
Oh, I see. Yeah, go ahead. All right. Same result. he throws up his hands. Ow, I give up. And you see the other group kind of standing off to the side as they just clearly got outmatched here.
Oh, laser brain.
Ouch. That's you can make that a critical. Ouch.
Yeah, technically, you sure could. But he kind of throws it up, backs up, and says nothing. At this point, Ghebba says, "You all have exceeded expectations with such a expeditious victory. You four, however," and he kind of points to the top mix group there, "have been found sorely lacking in your use of combat skills." And then he kind of points at the Rhodian that exudes just fear, who just draws his pistol and without even thinking, even looks almost away like he's so bored, just unleashes a barrage of blaster fire against the upper echelon there and just kills them. Just straight up, they are just kills every single one of them. They are dead. Without much.
Who did he kill?
These guys up here.
Yeah.
Oh, those guys. Gotcha.
The other squad.
Yeah, the other
He
team.
The other squad.
He popped the Cassidial. It was high noon.
Yeah, but basically, yes. And that is going to be the end of combat, guys. You guys actually cleared it really quickly, but that is the way that triumphs tend to be.
The way of the Force.
Indeed.
This is the way.
D-way.
So the skiff rearranges itself back to where you guys got off. You guys didn't even take any damage, funny enough, so you don't even have to reset anything.
Jindy got.
She took fucking strain damage.
I took strain and some wounds as well.
You can go ahead and reset that after that fight's over with. Actually, I think it's a thing when combat ends, you can make a roll to recover strain, but that's not going to matter here because it recovers anyway. The skiff kind of maneuvers itself back down to the where you guys disembarked, and you get back on, much to the cheers and of everybody on board, and you are brought before Ghebba the Slimey, and you notice that his a fresh pustule has kind of burst near his head, and it's just kind of leaking this ooze down his face and over his mouth and nose, and he says, and he just kind of claps his hands and says, well done, to the champions of this week's tournament. It is good that you have won. He throws out let's see, how many credits should he give you guys? He throws out like 1,000 credits that you can divide among yourselves, and says, you work hard you earn money. You work for me, you earn more credits. How about it? You want to join my cartel? And you see the Rhodian just kind of eyeing you all with his two blaster pistols on his sides. We're just watching to wait for your response.
Yeah.
I
Bayard
think-
looks at the guy. Then he looks back at the hut and goes, "How can I refuse?"
Credits are credits.
He'll say, of course, it would be my pleasure to work for you, Lord. What's his name?
Ghebba. Ghebba the Slimey.
Ghebba.
Ghebba the Slimey. Yeah.
His sliminess, I guess.
Or Marge would say,
I'll accept your offer, but how about this? Instead of my share of the credits, we free that Twi'lek girl you got working over at the bar. I'll accept that as a fair, just reward for completing this challenge of yours.
Ooh. I'm gonna need a roll for that. It's gonna be
And
kind of hard. It's gonna be a hard ass roll.
Is
Yes,
it
sir?
possible for me to help with this?
In what way are you contributing?
I think Marcus would be he would sort of come in and like seeing what like Oyen is trying to do, he would come in and be like, yes, of course, to show great like benevolence of one so amazing and truly a born leader such as Lord Ghebba. It would only be right to give this to someone coming into your cartel to show that you give only the best to those who come into your service.
Okay.
Something like that.
That works. So here's what you can do. You can either Oyen, upgrade one of your greens to a yellow and roll, or you can use your or Bigfoot can give you a boost die, so a blue.
What's the?
So what would I be rolling?
It would be a negotiation. Sorry.
Negotiation. Sorry. Okay. So let's see. Negotiation. What's the difficulty on this?
It's gonna be pretty hard, so it's probably gonna be a 4 purple die. Woo!
4 purple die, and then you said I can either upgrade one of my greens to a yellow, or get a boost die.
Yeah, and you can still use a destiny point. That's my ruling in the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna use a destiny point. So
all right, so you do 2
How
yellows.
many do we have?
okay, so I remove. Do I add or remove? Hold on. I'm trying to figure this out. So we're upgrading, yes?
Yeah.
The
So you
greens?
remove 2 greens
Great.
and add 2 yellows.
Okay, there we go. And then
4 purples are the difficulty.
okay.
So, did you want the boost or just turn it to a yellow? Is that if we're going with the turning it to a yellow?
So what's happening here, Bigfoot, is technically he's using your skill pool, so that's why you have a higher negotiation.
Oh, mine? Yes.
Yes,
Oh no,
so-
I was like, oh yeah, no, I do.
But he's making the roll because he's the one doing the main talking. So that's how I
Got
kind
you.
of did it here.
Yes. Got you. Okay, so
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I got it. Let's see what happens, I guess. I'm gonna trust in the force. Let's go. Damn.
Ooh.
2 yellows. Yeah.
4
no.
advantages. Damn. Yeah, I don't know.
So here's what happens. You're trying to convince him and you're kind of greasing the wheels here. He doesn't get mad at you, which is good. Because it could be bad. And what happens is he he says, unfortunately, her debt is far too great that your measly offering can satisfy. However, I will I'll make a deal with you, he says, which sounds like a terrible way for a Hutt to start a conversation.
Oh boy,
says-
I wonder what's he's gonna say next.
He says, work for me for a period of time, help pay down her debt, and then perhaps her freedom will be yours.
Okay.
Is this acceptable
Alright.
to you, Oyen Rao?
Sure, that works for me. Seems
Yeah.
like an acceptable offer.
Can I ask a question? I don't know if this would need to be a roll or anything, Josh.
Yeah,
right?
go ahead, ask.
When he says this, when Ghebba says this, right?
Mhm.
Does it seem like he's implicating the entirety of our group as like a thing, or does it
Alright.
seem like he's specifically talking about Oyen?
He's specifically talking to Oyen. So
I wanted clarification.
technically, Daniel, DT, rather, this is going to give you
Yes.
a obligation that we will settle up after the game if you
Yes.
accept it.
Yeah.
So he says, let's shake on it. And he holds out a slime-covered, pustule-covered, wart-covered hand in your direction.
Yeah. I don't even want to say that. Never mind.
Can I shake the Rhodian's hand, or do I have to shake yours, mighty Ghebba the Slimey?
Afraid you have to shake the hand that makes the deal.
Fair enough. I figured I'd ask, and
And then I reach my my arm or my hand to shake his slimy ass hand, make it happen, make the transaction, or make this deal happen.
Deal's a deal.
Anybody that's watching sees Doc physically shudder. Ugh.
As you grab his hand, you're pretty sure some ooze moves over it and kind of covers it a little bit. And the Rhodian, who has not spoke this entire time, looks at you and says, "Don't screw this up, or you'll get a visit from me."
Okay.
And-
Oyen doesn't say anything. He just kind of like, it's like he looks like he heard it, but he just doesn't say anything or doesn't reply.
All right.
Is that with,
And
is that with a
yeah.
bare hand or with gloves?
For Oyen, he just barehanded it.
Gross.
Very.
Oh.
Oh god, it's gonna take a lot. That's gonna be a lot of scrubbing. Just to get
you
this
know what's
smile.
funny is I
If
assumed you had gloves on.
Well, I was gonna say, if anything, I took the glove off so he doesn't get all
Okay.
nasty. And I'm just like, I can wash this hand later. It's fine.
I
don't wanna-
Put your hand out. Put out your hand.
Bayard is so disappointed.
So as you pull away and you're wiping your hand off, Ghebba kind of addresses the crowd and says, "Now let the real party begin." And the music kicks off, and there's drinks being busted out, and you guys are getting cheered and patted on the back and welcomed in to Ghebba the Slimey's cartel. And I think that is where we're going to end our very first session of Blasters and Bandits. Guys, did you have a good time?
yeah.
I hope you did. Viewers,
I had a great time.
Twitch
Twitch
Commonality.
viewers,
Wonderful.
Oh yes.
Twitch viewers, I apologize for the frames dropping, but we don't have affiliate yet, so it's kind of making it a little harder to manage. The good news is that this video is being recorded and it's going to go up on YouTube with everybody's consent here, obviously. So if you want to see this video from the start to the end with no interruptions, you can certainly do that over at youtube.com/Josh902. Just look up Heroes and Bandits. I'll get it up there as soon as I can. I might edit it a little bit. I might not. I might just throw it on there. Players you were thrilled to have, and I look forward to many more journeys here on this
Jeez,
channel.
I'm excited. Very, very
The
hyped.
the debut. I'm so glad you all decided to do cams because I feel like that just added so much to the game. I appreciate you all doing that. I know it takes a lot to role play on camera. And yeah, we're gonna go around the table and everybody can do their shout outs or just anything they want to mention. We'll start with DT. DT, any shout outs, my friend, that you want to give?
Shout out to you and everybody here who decided to play and yeah, like you said, show up on camera and just have a good time role playing some Star Wars, man. If you know me, I love Star Wars, so I've been very excited about this for a very long time. Been looking forward to it. I've been talking to Bigfoot and Josh and just getting hype about playing this. I'm glad we're finally here. First session is down now. We did it. We made it. We're here.
We did it.
And yeah, man, just again, Josh, shout out to you for managing everything together because I know it's a lot to keep track of because you have to not only be the DM or the GM, but you also have to run production on everything. So I understand it's a lot to keep track of, but we appreciate you for doing so.
Of course.
And then yeah, man, just looking forward to playing more games. Yeah, just I'm glad we're here. I'm glad we're finally playing, and yeah, just keep an eye out. I'm always streaming and doing stuff. So yeah,
all right.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, Derper, I'm gonna throw it to you, my friend. What do you have any shout outs that you want to give? Anything you got coming up? Any streams? Anything like that?
Let's see. Shout out to you, obviously, for setting up this lovely game and everyone
Appreciate
else
it.
joining. Because I really love playing the Star Wars tabletop, and it's been a long time since we played. I'm curious if I ever see that Gamoran later on, because I feel like if he's gonna cause more trouble, then we ain't gonna get along.
So can I jump in real quick? Did you say just because you reminded me of the Gamoran? Did you say the Gamoran's name was Fucknark?
Oh yes, it absolutely is.
Because I heard that and I was like, wait a minute, it can't be the same one. But anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dipper. I just wanted to bring that up.
It absolutely is.
Fucking fuck nerd.
It's an inside joke, guys.
Yep. Yeah. Let's see. Streams, I'm gonna try, but I'm gonna make no promises. But other than that, yeah, look forward to playing this. It's gonna be more fun. I can't wait.
Right. Bigfoot, anything you want to shout out? Any movies, TV shows, books you're reading that you want to talk about, maybe, or maybe you'll try Twitch streaming in the future, or anything like that you want to shout out? For God's sakes, now's your chance.
Right now, I definitely got to shout out you for putting this together and for taking the time to do all of this. It is really dope and it feels really dope. So I'm very happy with that. I got to shout out everybody playing because y'all are all great to play with and to play off of. And it's been a lot of fun. I can't wait to get to the next session because I know it's gonna be crazy.
All right, Toast, how about you, my friend? Do you have anything you'd like to shout out, bud? Anything at all?
Just to sound like a broken call reporter, but thank you for, doing all of this. It was great. Everyone who showed up and who played and who watched, also amazing. Really glad that I joined.
I'm glad you're here too, my friend. I always love having Toast in my games, which speaking of having people in my games, I love having Bigfoot here. It's the first time we've ever actually gotten to do a game with together, even though we tried many years ago, but everything was kind of frazzled at that time. I'm also thrilled to have Loki here. Loki, here's your shout outs, my friend, Midnight Loki. What do you got? Anything at all? What do you got?
Well, shout out to our lovely host, Josh, putting all this together. It's been incredible. It's been so long since I've gotten to play Fantasy Flight, and it's one of my favorite systems. So I'm jazzed to be here. I'd also be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to my lovely partner in crime, Val Valhalla. If you want to see me on Twitch, that's mostly the place that you're going to do it because I am too lazy to stream my own too often. So Val Valhalla in the chat, supporting us the whole way.
Hell yeah! Shout out to Val, man.
Oh, I guess my shout outs are everything. I put Val on the wrong one. Go follow Val. That's what we're getting here. Go follow Val. Okay.
I think I know what happened, Josh. I think I know what it is, and I'll tell you after stream.
I probably misspelled her name.
No. I know what it is. I see what it is. Just yeah.
Oh yeah. I got you. Yeah, I did. I know what you're talking about now. I want to thank my players. Obviously, I already thanked them once, but I got to thank everybody that has retweeted, all our streamer friends that have said on their streams about this new channel getting started. You have my undying gratitude. For everybody that showed up, we had a lot of viewers for this first go around. I appreciate you all so much for sticking around. You guys have no idea what it means to me. The last announcement is that we're not going to have a game next Saturday, unfortunately. There were plans that had been made. I have plans. Some others have plans for that Saturday. But we will be back the Saturday after that, I hope, unless something comes up. We'll get back into the Star Wars thing. In the meantime, make sure to follow this channel, Heroes and Fables, here on Twitch. If tabletop is your thing, that is what this channel is going to be. It's just going to be that. It's going to be not just Star Wars. We're going to do some Dungeons and Dragons, I'm sure, despite their controversy and stupidity at times. I really want to do Blades in the Dark in the future. I really want to play that. The City of Mist. There's so many games out there for us to play, and this whole channel is going to be that. It's going to be us trying out different games. It'll be us doing different campaigns, different stories, different characters. You know, that's the whole point of making this channel. And I had discussions with DTs, like, should I make a new channel or should I stick with the old channel, the Josh 902 channel, which is my other channel. But go follow that channel. I play games and I do a podcast on there with DT3 every Monday. So I just want to thank everybody that gave us their support this past week. I appreciate you guys all so much. Mwah! And we will see you all when we reconvene for the next Blasters and Bandits. Until then, take care of yourselves, love each other, and we will see you all next time. Bye-bye.